Welcome back to Focus in the Mix with Denise Ames. We are still here on location at Cleopatra Records headquarters in Los Angeles, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. I finally got this band to come on the show. I've been begging them for months now. DT knows that. This is Swirl, and I actually saw them perform on a RATT and Extreme's summer tour, and they opened for them, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thank you so much for finally being able to make it, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. All right, so first I'm going to just ask each of you to state your name and the instrument that you play on stage.
My name's Shane. I play bass for Swirl.
DT Jones, guitars.
Al Ramirez, vocals. And Brian Bam Bam Jones on drums.
Okay, Brian, why do they call you Bam Bam?
I mean, that's an easy thing. I've always been big into cartoons, and so I actually got that based on the Flintstones.
Just for the record, my favorite cartoon character, SpongeBob. But I'm a chick, so I can say that. You guys could never say that because it's not metal for a guy to say that. All right, so anyway, DT. Now, let's talk about the RATT Extreme Tour. How did you get on the tour in the first place? Because that's not easy. Those bands have been huge for over 2 decades, and you guys got the opening slot.
Well, it started, you talked about trying to get us, on this show for months. It started because we have been touring, relentlessly touring. And we got our first big break. Thank you very much, Stephen, from Stephen Piercy. We went out with him on his solo tour, probably about the winter of 2008.
Oh, with his Rat Bastards?
Yeah,
okay.
With the Rat Bastards solo tour, the Metal in America Christmas tour is what it was called. And he told us then about the upcoming plans for a RATT summer tour. The phone rang, and it was, hey, this tour is going to go. You guys want in?
Now,
Sure.
You're a guitarist.
Yes.
The guitarist for RATT, besides Carlos, would be Warren DeMartini. And I know you guys are kind of hanging out a little bit backstage sometimes. Has he ever given you any secret tips or anything like that you can share with our viewers?
Warren's great. I have been on tour with some of my absolute favorite guitar players on the planet, and Warren is one of them. Carlos is another. We were just out with George Lynch as well.
Now, you guys have a kick-in MySpace, and the URL is simply myspace.com/swirl. Imagine that. So very easy to find. And your music on there, I got to say, I was happily and metally, if that's a word, impressed.
It is today.
Carlos Cavazo. He produced some of the songs.
He produced some of the songs. Fred Corey from Cinderella ended up producing the song Sleepwalker and Adrenaline and mixing the entire disc. We've also worked with Matt Thor, who played bass in Rough Cut. Many people may not know that he's a Grammy-nominated engineer. I mean, that's an awful powerful team to have sitting there helping you hone your songs and get things where they need to be.
Can you give us a little backstory on what Adrenaline is about and how it was written?
Yeah, sure. Well, we went in with Fred Curry once again.
From Cinderella.
Cinderella.
I'm assuming
Great guy.
that
Guy's
came
awesome.
from Stephen Piercy because they're good friends, or
No.
you got him on your own.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we went in and just started laying down some tracks. He threw out some ideas, and then it was like, okay, come back in 2 days and come back with some lyrics. And I was just kind of thinking, watching TV, and I was like, all kinds of negative stuff out there. And, as you watch the news, and just everything on TV is negative, so I thought, you know what, I kind of want to send out a positive message.
Got out of the studio with Fred, finished up the Timeline disc, and through Belinda, who also is the publicist for Slaughter, our first show in October of 2008 was at the Key Club opening for them. We were able to piggyback that one to land the Piercy tour. So we were out with Stephen Piercy and Brittany Fox in the winter of 2008. February, March, we're out with the Bullet Boys. Over the summer, we're out with RATT and Extreme. We just got off the road with George Lynch and his new project, Souls of We. I mean, there's a lot of buzz going on about us. A lot of people are talking about the things that we've done. And the live show, reaching people, the reactions that we get from the high energy shows we put on, I mean, that's what it's all about. We got out of the studio, and now we're just taking it straight to the stage and playing in front of as many people as possible, as many places as possible. That 40,000 miles has been over the course of 11 months and 22 states.
Man.
And it's just the four of us nonstop. You got to tour, and that's just those shows that we've done on our own, or with another with
Opening.
a known, exactly, as an opener. But we have several other shows where we have been the headliner and done our own thing as well. So.
All right, well, we're almost out of time. Bam Bam, I'm going to give this last question to you. Now, I understand that you have got an upcoming compilation CD coming out. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were contacted by the executive producer over at Neurotic Records, and he fell in love with two of the songs that are on that disc, which are Controlled Emotions and Free. And so he asked us to pretty much if we'd like to be a part of that. We said absolutely, we'd love to. It's more exposure, it's more opportunity to get our songs out there. That also kind of works in conjunction with something that Neurotic Records is actually trying to put together right now. In November with us playing around LA and San Diego doing some House of Blues shows.
All right, you guys, thanks so much again for coming on.
Oh, and before we take off, let's, this is the front. SWIRL, so you know where to find us. But we have for you.
Oh, I get to be metal too. What is it? Got my swirl on.
Absolutely,
Metal.
there it
Okay,
Get your
and-
swirl
but
on,
you know
people.
what? Here is another example of great marketing. Your MySpace address is printed on there too. I've never seen that before. Who wants to do the metal sign? Woo!